up everyone, how are you all doing today? Guided by Jesus here, bringing you a brand new Fortnite video. And today guys, I want to talk to you guys about rotation. So this is another video of solo tips, and we're going to talk about rotation and also a very easy way of winning solos in Fortnite. So okay, what I want to talk to about the most is landing. You always want to be in the outskirts of the map. So the bus spawned in this side of the map right here. The safest place and locations that you can go to in the map or on the outskirts, so on the outside, okay? And you want to be landing, guys, as far away from the bus as possible. Typically, people are going to be landing pretty close to the bus. I apologize for the noise here of my glider. This is a very noisy glider. I probably should have chosen a less noisy glider for this video, guys, but nonetheless, you want to stick to a location where you know you're gonna have a good amount of loot. However, it's not gonna be very contested, and Lonely Lodge is a very good place for that. So that's where we're gonna go. Next, you want to turn around when you're on your glider, and you want to take a look and see whether or not there's other opponents coming to the same location as you. And this is very important because you can count how many, and you could also have more or less an idea of where exactly they're going to be landing at. So this is extremely helpful because it allows you to make your decisions in how you want to rotate around this place in order to get all of your loot, as well as, you know, whether or not you want to be aggressive, you know exactly where they will be, or if you want to be defensive, you know exactly what side of the map you want to be, you know, protecting yourself from. So in essence, you would always try to have a plan B, to protect yourself from that side of the map in which, you know, we're talking about. So here we go. Don't have the best loot possible here. One thing you definitely want to look for is an AR and a shotgun. Those are gonna be your best friends, guys. You will want to use the AR for long range, and you'll want to use the shotgun for close range. Shotgun for close range, AR for long range. Okay. There are some guns that will substitute the other guns that I'm talking about. Like, for example, if you don't have an AR, you can try to use this silenced pistol in the meantime. And if you don't have a shotgun, the silenced pistol also substitutes it. You know, a light machine gun will kind of do the job of an AR, but not from as good when you're shooting from long range, etc. So you want to have an idea of where the next safe zone is going to be and how far you are from it, okay? Every single one of these squares, I don't know if you guys can see the squares. Up here it says A, B, C, D, E, whatever, all the way until J, and on the left it's 1 through 10. Each one of these blocks, A1, each one of these blocks, if you're going from side to side, it's roughly 40-45 seconds if you're running in a straight line non-stop. If you're going diagonally, it's roughly 63 seconds, 65 seconds. So you want to more or less have an idea of how far you are from the next safe zone, okay? So here, we're outside this safe zone. We want to be in here later on in the game when the storm closes in, right? So you can see over there under the mini-map that the storm will start to move in 1 minute and 5 seconds, right? So you want to calculate more or less how long it will take you to get from here to here. You can see that I'm more or less 2 squares away. So like I said, it's roughly a minute. I mean, it's roughly 45 seconds to get from one to the other, from one square to, like, from one end of the square to the other. So you want to give yourself more or less a minute and a half to go, you know, from 2 squares, like to move between 2 squares, like I am more or less 2 squares away from the safe zone. So I have 30 more seconds left before the storm starts moving, and then I'll have another 2 minutes and a half, if I'm not mistaken, after the storm starts moving. So what this means is I have roughly 1 minute and 20 seconds now to loot. I don't want to loot for more than that, because otherwise I'll start taking storm damage. The more time you can give yourself, the better. Obviously, looting is very important. You want to make sure you have, you know, good weapons, heals, etc. But it's no good for you to have the most amazing weapons in the game and then die to the storm, guys. Keep in mind that, you know, the first storm only deals one damage per second. So it's not that much. I mean, you could stay in the storm for a bit and it's not going to hurt you too much. However, what if you're in the storm and now all of a sudden, when you're trying to get inside the circle, there's someone waiting right there? That's not going to be very pleasant. You're going to have a very hard time trying to make it inside. So for that reason, I recommend you to leave a bit early, you know, from where you are. So like I said, I needed about a minute and a half. I'm at 2 minutes and 10 seconds away now from the storm closing in, so I'm gonna start heading towards the circle. Guys, take a look at my mats on the bottom left corner. I have 487 wood. That's a good amount of wood for the beginning of the game, okay? You never really want to be under 300 mats, okay, combined. Wood is your most important material. You want to have wood at all, like, to fight. You want to use brick and metal mostly either to push up a ramp, because push up a hill, I'm sorry, you're not very likely to get shot if you're pushing up a hill. Ooh, an upgrade to my pump. You don't really want to, you're not really gonna get shot as often if you're pushing up a ramp. And the best thing you can do when pushing up a ramp is to connect, up a hill, is to connect your ramp to the hill. That way, you know, it's harder for them to shoot you down. They have to shoot the exact structure that you're actually standing on in order to make you fall. If they shoot the base of your ramp, they're not gonna make you fall because your ramp will be connected to the hill, okay guys? So that's a very good tip right there as well. So you want to make sure that you loot and you get materials. The worst thing that could happen is for you to lose a fight or a battle because you ran out of mats, okay? So like I was saying, you want to use your brick and your metal mostly to build up towards ramp. And the reason why you're going to use that is just so you can save your wood. Your wood is more important when you're fighting, okay? And then you want to use your bricks and metals as well when you want to camp on top of a hill. This game, we're gonna go extremely safe. I want to show you guys the safest way possible to win a game. So don't worry about kills right now. Maybe you have a hard time winning the game, you know? Maybe you could pick up a couple of kills in the game, but you have a hard time picking up wins. So I want to show you guys exactly what to do, okay? You want to base up, look, I'm on top of a hill. You want to build your 1x1s. The more you practice, the faster you'll be at building them. You want to build them close to the storm, and you also want to be on the close side of the safe zone. If I was all the way here, I can't build a 1x1 and camp close to the storm, okay? Because that would mean that when the storm starts moving, it's gonna move way too fast, and it's gonna give me a hard time to get inside. So right here, I'm close to the storm, but I'm also only 25-30 seconds away from the safe zone, okay? So that is okay. This guy is trying to to get higher ground than me, and you don't need to challenge at all. You could literally just sit and, you know, try to wait it out. You don't have to challenge at all. Remember, you're going for the win. You don't have to challenge. He just threw a very good sticky. So just be careful with that. You want to always remember, whenever you're on top of a 1x1, in this case I only built 3 high, so I wouldn't really take fall damage if I leave it. But you also want to be mindful that if they are gonna knock you, that you can always just jump out. No matter how high your base is, you just jump out and build a floor to catch yourself with, so you don't take fall damage, okay guys? So look at the bottom right of the mini map, it says 35 seconds until the circle starts to move. Now, I can go for that guy's loot, but I have to always keep in mind how far I am from the circle and how long it would take me. You know, have an idea more or less of how long it would take me to go there to get that guy's loot. I can tell that, you know, since I'm on the close side of the storm, I can go here without a problem. Make sure you check for traps. You know, you don't want to push in a 1x1 that is rigged with traps, and then just make sure that you're pushing the safe zone. And you want to do so in high ground, guys. So I have 1 minute and 25 seconds. I know I have enough time to push this high ground here and then push the safe zone from high ground. Why? What happens if I'm pushing from down there and then there's a guy that shows up on top of this hill? That would put me in a very hard spot. So this is the reason why I rotated this way. This is what I told you guys in the beginning of the game. Rotations, okay? You want to pay attention to your rotations. Now I can tell that there's absolutely no one on this side of the map, so I don't have to give much thought about that side. But look, there's someone here. So I have to be a little concerned about this side, alright? You can take your time now. You're in the safe zone. There's not much of a threat. The closest guy to me is that guy that's all the way down there. So you can take your time and farm a little bit, okay? You don't want to wait until you're under fire or with a threat or whatever to start farming. You, like I said, the worst thing that can happen to you is to be out of materials. So now what you want to do is, and I shouldn't have broken that stone, what you want to do now is you don't even have to challenge. Like, look, I'm not gonna challenge that guy. That's not gonna alter me winning the game or not, okay? So I'm not gonna challenge that guy. I'm just gonna come over here into safety, rotate. It's fine. You could run away. There's no shame in that, guys. You're playing the end game. So look at where the next safe zone is. I'm pretty close. I can go ahead and just, you know, camp it out over here. You want to get high ground. So I'll go ahead and build right here. And this way I'm safe, okay? You want to be careful and be undercover. Do not look around like this, exposed. You want to be inside your 1x1. Your biggest threat, you're going to do this. Look, head level, you're going to look around, right? Where is there any place in this around me that's higher than me? No. Now, a single place around me is higher than me. But then you want to spot, okay, that position right there is pretty high. That mountain right there is pretty high. Those are my biggest threats. Is there anyone up there? No. Anyone up there? No. The closest guy that I can see and that has somewhat of a high ground on me is that guy right there. Okay? So one thing you can do if you have a sniper, guys, you can go ahead and they patched this actually, but one thing you can do is crouch and uncrouch. Crouch, you know, and like uncrouch to peek and shoot your opponent. So say here I'm in head level. This makes you the least exposed as possible. Makes it extremely hard for someone to snipe you, for someone to shoot you. When you're exposing yourself, you want to make sure you're constantly strafing. Never sit in your base just standing there, okay? If someone ramps outside of your 1x1, they could easily get a headshot on you with a sniper, okay? You don't want that. You don't want to give them that opportunity. Keep your eye on the clock. The storm is going to move right now. What am I going to do? I'll rotate this way. Why? There's a guy over there. I don't want to get shot at, you know, while I'm rotating. He still didn't move. Right at this moment, I'm in front of him. There's, I'm most likely going to have the advantage in pushing towards this circle. Notice I could have sniped that guy multiple times. I could have had multiple chances in killing him, but I choose not to. You know, I'm going for a safe win, guys. Going for a safe win. Could have sniped that guy, not going to. Gonna call less attention, gonna go for a safe win. Right here, I wouldn't. Okay, so in this case, I have absolute advantage over this guy. I should definitely take my opportunity and try to kill him, while still keeping in mind that there are other players around the map. Ooh, I forgot I only had one shotgun. I forgot I only had one shotgun. I tried changing to my other shotgun. I do not like the pump as, you know, your only weapon. Like, the pump can be very dangerous being your only weapon because of its delay in allowing you to shoot again. So look at this, guys. I'm in a very low ground compared to that guy. That guy went up there. He has true high ground on me, and he has a fort. So what do I want to do? I want to rotate this way, okay? And now the next circle is going to present yourself, and it's actually positioned this way. So I'm going to go back. I'm not going to go rotate right, because that would be going away from the next safe zone. I want to be as close to the next safe zone as possible without being in danger, okay? And check it out. There's only 4 players left in the game, me being one of them. So now I only have to worry about 3 guys. My chances of winning the game have drastically improved, guys. And look at this. Now I'm in close to the safe zone, and I have true height advantage. I am no longer in a big disadvantage compared to my opponent as I was earlier. And I didn't even take any absolutely any risks in doing so, in moving over here. Now, you can build higher than a 3x1. That's fine. Just keep in mind that if you start getting shot down, you might want to push out of your base. There are 2 things you could do. You could jump out and, you know, build a floor, or you can, you know, edit your way out like this and jump on top of whatever structure outside, or you can edit your way out like this, okay? You can always edit your way out like that. And then if you see you're safe, you can always edit your way up again. Learn how to edit. Learn all your edits. It's very, very important, guys. Editing in the console is not as good as on PC. So maybe you see people editing on PC, and you know, you want to do it on console. It's not as easy as it seems, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and pretend that I'm going to shoot this guy down, just to give him something to worry about. And you don't have to at all. Actually, never mind. For the sake of this video and the tips, I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to show you guys how to get the easiest win possible. I hate how you go through your structures. But alright, we're in the next safe zone. We're fine. He might be too. So we have to be very careful with that guy, because he did build very, very high. So you have a sniper, like I told you. You want to uncrouch. Be on the very lowest part while still being able to see your opponent as possible. And when he's about to shoot you, you crouch back down. You see? I had absolutely no risk of getting killed there. I had only the very top of my forehead showing. As soon as I took my shot, I crouched back into cover. You see? You uncrouch. You have pretty much... You see the horizontal line, guys, of my sniper? You have it pretty much touching this brick part of your base. So that way, that means that you're exposing yourself the least as possible. As soon as you take your shot, or as soon as you think you're in danger, just crouch back down. Okay? That's the safest way you can play the game possible. So here we go. Practice jumping out of your base and catching yourself with the floor. Alright? Now we want to rotate to the next safe zone. We know that there's absolutely no one here. Why? This guy was up here and he wasn't shooting at anybody. He was only shooting at us. Now, sure, it's good to still you know, play like with precaution, but we know that the likeliness of there being people there are very, very low. Now I'm going for the next highest spot in the game. While, you know, this is the next true high ground in the game, and I still have, I'm still inside the safe zone, okay? And you want to aim your ramp towards the side where you think there might be opponents. Since I know I was there, and I know I killed a guy there, I know that my opponents are likely to be on this side of the map, okay? So now there's no point of me shooting this guy and exposing myself too much because I have no idea where the third and final guy in this game is. So if I start shooting him, and I could, it's likely what I would do if I was, you know, just me playing or whatever. I would have, been challenging him. But since I'm trying to show you guys the most safe way possible to win a game, there's no point of me to keep, you know, trying to shoot him with an AR, etc. At most, what I will do is take a few sniper shots here and there. Now, I know this guy is the best player and he's in a better position than the other one. So what do I want to do? I want to give him a hard time. I want to try to help out the other guy, you know? So here we go. He's trying to snipe. He's a pretty good player. He killed the other guy without even trying much. And he's trying to snipe me, and his snipes are really close. So read your opponent. I have the high ground. He's gonna have to push to me. You see? I shot that shot and I crouched right back down. So he didn't have much of an opportunity of sniping me. Gosh, I'm gonna do it again. Shoot and crouch back down. Doesn't give him much of an opportunity of sniping you. Now I'm gonna get in the next safe zone while still being in higher ground than him. Hit him for a headshot. You want to always be protecting yourself, guys. Always. Give him a hard time. Don't let him heal. He's trying to heal right now. You know it. Giving him a hard time. There you go. Hit him for another 75. He's in trouble now. We have the height advantage. We have the next safe zone. Keep an eye out on your ammo. I don't have that much ammo. So I want to save the last couple of rounds for the end game. So I'm going to save the last couple of rounds of my AR for the end game in case I need it. And I'll just try to snipe him instead. Here we go. He might have to move soon here. Ooh, not sure how I didn't hit him there. He actually landed a headshot on me. The next safe zone is by him. I'll just go ahead and take my time, heal here. I hit him a couple of times. Not sure if he's gonna have enough heals for that. Next safe zone is actually favoring him. Take your time, guys. There's no rush. Take your time. He's a good player. He doesn't expose himself very much. Oh, he's very weak right now. And there you go, guys. And then you just gotta outsmart your opponent. But notice that at no point right there I put myself in a risky situation. I played my advantage, played it calm. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. If you're just trying to get your wins, this is the safest way to do it. Obviously not the coolest, but the safest way to do it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like if you did. It really does help out the channel. Share your comments down below. I do my very best to read and answer every single one of them. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications to not miss a single upload.